Did you know that the John Deere 1025R has high beam headlights? If you don't know what the 1025R is, well, thank you for still having clicked on this video. The 1025R is John Deere's subcompact tractor, and while it is certainly the smallest one that John Deere offers, it is still a very powerful machine, especially when equipped with the front loader and the backhoe. Starting with model year 2018, John Deere equipped the 1025R with H4 headlights. The H4 bulb has two filaments. The top one, furthest away from the base, is for the low beams, and the one at the bottom towards the base is for the high beams. While the light output from the two filaments is almost the same, 55 watts on the low beam versus 60 watts on the high beam, the part in the reflector each of the filaments light up really makes it overall high beam or low beam. In the 1025R and potentially in a lot of other John Deere tractor models, only the low beam is wired in. You can see that here with the white wire. It is the only one connected to the light. Well, there's a second wire, the ground wire, but that is just that, the ground wire. To use the high beam part of the bulb, all it takes is to apply 12 volts to the high beam connector of the socket. And this needs to be done in a way that either the high beam or the low beam filament is on at a given time. They should never be on at the same time, as this would heat up the bulb way too much. They are not designed for that. The stock wiring is relatively simple. A single wire comes out of the light switch and connects to the low beam side of the headlight. I now wanted to tap into this wire and split it between the low beams and the high beams with a relay, and then switch the relay with the high beam switch. Using the relay to switch between low beams and high beams ensures that only one of them is on at a given time. And because the high beam filament uses only about 5 watts more than the low beam filament, I don't think I even need to upgrade the fuse. The H4 headlight has a male socket, plug-in into the female connector of the tractor's wiring harness. I bought 2 new female sockets and 1 male one, and then built a new harness that is 100% plug and play. So let's look at the schematics. The new wiring harness goes in between the existing headlight bulb and the existing headlight plug. Let's hide those two and just look at the new harness. This is a new male plug that will connect to the existing female one of the tractor. When the light is on, this one has 12 volts and I'm feeding that into the input side of the relay. I'm then using the same 12 volts to run forward to the cockpit of the tractor and to the switch for the high beams. When the switch is on, it will engage the relay and it will then change the 12 volts on the output side of the relay from the low beams to the high beams. The green cable here, the green line, is the ground, and we need that for both of the headlights as well as the switch side of the relay, and it is connected to the ground of the existing headlight socket. Enough theory, let's get to the soldering.
Music got the best in me ever since I was a child. Now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do?
And here you have it. These two ones are the female ones that connect to the headlight bulbs. This one here is the male one that connects to the existing female one of the tractor's wiring harness. So to speak, this is the input and these two are the outputs. The relay sits in between here in the middle and is controlled by the switch at the end of this red cable. All that is left to do now is to plug in this new wiring harness and run the connector cable to the switch up front. I'm using this cable conduit stuff. It's the same stuff that is used on the original tractor wiring harness and it blends in nicely. It looks absolutely stock. I don't really think you can tell the difference. The side of the tractor is wide open and it is not hard to route the cable alongside of other existing cables to the cockpit. Just don't zip tie it to the exhaust or any moving parts. It was a tight fit, but I was able to squeeze the new cable through an existing hole and I didn't have to drill any new holes into this wall separating the engine bay and the cockpit area. There's even a cutout in the dash for a standard size light switch. So the one I ordered snaps right into place. And here's the result. Remember, these are high beam lights. They don't necessarily give you more light right in front of the tractor, they give you more light further away. This is exactly what they do. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.